here's how to get the KITSUNE extremely fast in the new Roblox Grow Garden update. So with the Zen update, they have added in a Zen egg, which has the rarest possible chance when it comes to getting the KITSUNE. Now the KITSUNE over here is, I believe, the first prismatic pet in the entire game, and it is extremely rare. As you can see, it looks awesome. It's like a super mythical type of fox thing. You get the point, bro. The only way I actually know about the KITSUNE is from the actual Blox Fruits game, the KITSUNE fruit. But basically, if we go over here, we got ourselves a Zen egg. Now it is a 0.08% chance to get this KITSUNE, but I'm going to show you the fastest way on how you can do this. Now I pay attention, and at the very end of this video, I'm going to show you like a full picture, like a full guide of what you can exactly do, and you can just take a screenshot so you can save it for later. So anyways, let's go ahead and break this down. Now, first things first, we need to have 2 accounts at least, okay? Because what you're trying to go for is to farm around 4,000 chi per hour. So by doing so, you're going to be able to basically have infinite ways to get seed packs and eggs. Now, obviously, I also made like a whole separate video on my channel. So if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Help me reach 1,000 subs. But we made a video where I showed you how to get the infinite Zen eggs. And it was very simple. So the first thing that we actually have to do, as you can see, I have 2 accounts, all right? So I got 1 account over here. This one is farming all my prismatic plants over here in one area, and I'm using my Tranquil radar. So let's go to break it down from scratch. So first things first, the reason I say 2 accounts is you want to be able to hatch a lot of Zen eggs as fast as possible, because 0.08% chance is like ridiculously rare. Like you're going to literally be here for like days, and you only have a week to complete this event, so you really don't want to miss it. And that's also why the developers of this game have added in a restock option using money, which also resets. So first things first, we want to clear all this out. We don't want no more primal eggs. We don't want none of this. We're going to be placing down a lot of Zen eggs. Now, first we have to focus on getting Tranquil plants. So here's what I've set up. Ignore my bone blossoms. I'm using this for like a whole separate video, but right here is my farming method. So I figured out that prismatic plants are also really effective. Like sugar apples are great because you can get about 5 sugar apples. So you're looking at 35 chi per plant. So prismatic plants yield you 7 chi. So 7 points or 7 chi. So if you have sugar apples, right, and you have 5 sugar apples to harvest, when they get the Tranquil effect, you're gonna get 7 chi per sugar apple. So I have done the math. Oh, are you stealing from me? Is this giant raccoon just steal from me? Oh, okay, all right. So basically these ones, the giant pine cones, the sugar apples, they're gonna get us around 35 chi per tree. So if you place down over 31 prismatic plants, right? Prismatic plants like the sugar apples and stuff like that, you're gonna get at least 1,000 chi per hour. So every single hour the event's gonna happen, it's gonna apply the chi on all of these, and you're gonna get 1,000 from around 30 plants. So I'll show you the math towards the end of the video. Now I figured out another method. So coconuts don't actually just yield 10; they yield, I believe, over 12 to like 20 coconuts per harvest. So what I'm doing right now is coconuts, by the way, are only gonna be mythical. So mythical is great and all, but let's go and take a look real quick. So if we go over here to the seed shop, so let me show you how this works, okay? We're going to first of all choose what plants are we using. We want sugar apples, we want the pine cones, these are great, okay? Same with beanstalks, are good just because they're going to give you 7 points. Now, tier 2, cacao seeds, pepper seeds, these are great because they're going to give you around 6 points per harvest because they're divine. So divine equals 6 points. Then we have the mythical. So we're going for the coconuts, ignore the rest, these are useless. Just go for coconuts only. So these are gonna be mythical, they're gonna be worth 5 points, okay? So if you have an issue where, for example, you are already maxing out the Tranquil mutation on all your plants, then it's gonna be a quality thing. So you're gonna need more prismatics. So for example, with my farm right now, I don't have any Tranquil pets and I don't have any Tranquil mutations from the Tranquil shards in my garden. So I'm not really having a maxed out issue. That's why I placed down a bunch of sugar apples and I added a few coconut trees. So around 16 coconut trees. Let me go ahead and show you how the math works on this, okay? Ignore the bone blossoms, we're not gonna harvest this. So first things first, once we have used all of our Tranquil, so we have done the first event and all of our sugar apples, around 31 of those trees, so we have received a bunch of Tranquil sugar apples. We're gonna go here and max this out first. So we're gonna go in order. First things first, we're gonna max out all the Tranquil plants right here. We're gonna give it to this person, max it out to stage 7, all right? So once we reach stage 7, now we can actually purchase, right at the very bottom, a pet shard Tranquil. So luckily for me, I have an alt account that is currently doing this, and I'm gonna show you. So here I am on my alt. I have the Mimic Octopus set up here, and I got myself a Tranquil Shard right here. But this is not a Tranquil Shard. Oops, my bad. What I meant to show you though was right here. This is my Pet Shard Tranquil. So instead of having to really buy it on this account and waste chi, I'm gonna use it on my alt account. So I'm gonna actually put this on a pet that's really, really useful, such as the Mimic Octopus, which I think is gonna be great, because Mimic Octopus has a lot of options, but I think having the the Tranquil one, the Tranquil mutation, is good. So just go ahead and apply it. We're gonna just click it real quick, and there we go. We just got a Zen Octopus. He is meditating. So that's the first thing we wanna do, is set up our Octopus so it has a Tranquil. Now, as you can see right here, take a look at this. So every 25 minutes, a nearby fruit finds inner peace, applying the Tranquil mutation. Really, really good. So basically, using this ability, anything here is gonna now start receiving Tranquil on top of it using its ability. So it's just a good passive to have. So we wanna have around 16 Tranquil Shards. And before I show you the infinite Zen Egg glitch, or I guess like the method, right? We're gonna first of all try to go for a lot of Tranquil Shards. So go ahead and use Robux if you want for it, or follow this method. So this account is where I have all my money. My main account doesn't really have much because I'm still trying to complete the stages here, and I'm also doing this Bone Blossom thing. So anyways, let's go over here. So as you can see right here, it's $512 million for me to restock this place. We have a Zen Seed in stock, and I have 577 chi. So every single hour, I'm getting around 1,000 chi just for my alt account, which is great. Now, here's where this comes into play, okay? So you need a lot of money. So my main account has all the trillions of dollars, while my alt account is broke. So I've went ahead right now, and so I don't have any more money issues. I've set up 4 Mimic Octopus and 4 Raccoons. These ones are gonna steal from my Bone Blossom trees on my main account, and it's gonna bring it back. As you can see right here, I got a Bone Blossom. Now, what are we gonna do with this? So I don't really have any monkeys on this account. You should use monkeys so you can actually sell. And if you sell using monkeys, you get a duplicate, all right? So in my situation, I don't have them, so I'm just gonna take the L. To be honest with y'all, you should definitely, oh, that's pretty cool. You just did something. All right, as I was saying though, you should, what are you doing, bro? Are you good? He's like freaking out. Look at this guy. So yeah, as I was saying, dude, you wanna basically use the monkeys and sell these. So honestly, here's what we're gonna do. Let me just go load up 2 accounts. We're gonna trade the monkeys. So now we got 2 Roblox open so we can get the KITSUNE, because remember, this is the rarest pet out there. So you have to literally hatch 1,000+ eggs to even have a decent chance. I'm talking about 1,000+ eggs. If you multiply that, you would require 30,000 chi. 30 chi per Zen egg, times it by 1,000 eggs, you need 30,000 chi. That's not easy, but in literally 1 day, you can get 30,000 chi, because you can get around 2,000 chi from using around 61 prismatic plants. But if you use my coconut method over there, you're gonna get even more, all right? And then you'll be able to basically max out your chi and not have to worry about harvesting anything. So it's just gonna be mainly based off of how much money you actually got, which is why I'm showing you this method using Bone Blossoms. You need this so you have money so you can restock, which by the way, every time you restock, it doubles. And that way you can have a ton of money and keep getting Zen eggs this way. And then every single hour, the restock stuff will reset. So like I said, we're gonna go one step at a time. This is a little bit challenging, but trust me, you want the KITSUNE, you gotta do it this way. Unless you're really, really lucky. All right, where's my alt account? Okay, my boy's right here. Let's gift this as well, and this, and this. All right, there we go. So, where'd it go? Oh, I think I had max inventory. Dang it. There we go. So we have traded over my monkeys. Now the reason you want to use monkeys is these guys are going to be really, really good when it comes to selling. So we're going to go to my farm real quick, and I'm going to clear out my inventory here. Okay, so let's just do this, clear all this out, and I'm going to start placing down my monkeys. Here we go. We got 1, 2. Am I missing a few monkeys? Of course I am, bro. I'm literally missing everything. Now we're going to place down our monkeys. So let's go ahead and make them all ready. So 1 monkey, 2, 3, and 4. Now on my alt account, I'm gonna sell all the Bone Blossoms I just got from my main account. Now remember, with the raccoons, they don't make them be the same value. I don't think that's how it works. So when you do steal a Bone Blossom, it's only like 1/3 of the value. As you can see, this one's only 591 million, even though it should be a little bit more. And actually, that one's, I think that's correct. This one though, let's see how much it's worth. So this is around 2.5 billion. So not bad. As you can see, like it does get lowered for sure. The value. So either way, uncheck this one. Let's also uncheck this. We're gonna just sell all this and get my alt account literally maxed out on money. We want to have a bunch of money with this, okay? So I'm gonna uncheck all my bone blossoms just like this. Make sure we are ready. All right, so here we go, bone blossoms. Okay, now I'm gonna go in and sell everything that I got. Sell my full inventory. All right, and then boom, I'm at 117 billion, but as you just saw, we got refunded. So I'm gonna do it again, and there we go. Here's an additional money. That was not too much, but it is what it is. So there we go. We got what we need. So we have our alt account at $141 billion. And here is where things get a little bit crazy. So since I have 500 chi, I can get around, I think it's like 10 Zen eggs, okay? So let me show you how this works. So first things first, you're gonna be doing this on 2 accounts at once. Start with your alt account, all right? So we are looking for pet shard tranquils. I can either use Robux or I can simply go ahead and restock it for 512 million. I have 141 billion. It's good and all, but trust me, it's gonna be gone in a minute. We're gonna restock. And there we go, we have a Zen seed in stock, so I'm gonna get myself that too. You don't really have to get it. I would just go for the Zen eggs, honestly. But just in case, just do it, you know what I mean? Why not, right? All right, we're gonna restock again. Another Zen seed pack, but still no pet shard tranquil, nothing. But as you can see, we're already at 2 billion. This is getting really, really expensive. And this is why I said you wanna basically have a threshold of how much are you gonna be restocking up to. Because you don't wanna spend 141 billion total, because it's gonna get expensive. It's gonna be 8 billion for the next one. And we still haven't seen a Zen egg. Now, I've been able to get around 5 using this method currently, and that's been within, I think, 10 minutes. There we go. Still nothing at all. We have a hot spring. We have this and this, but still no pet shard. We're already at 8 billion. It's starting to get expensive. I do want the soft sunshine just for the heck of it. There we go, Zen seed pack, and still no Zen egg. All right, as you can see. So yeah, we have stage 7 here, which is good. But in 17 minutes, once the Zen event activates, this dude right here is gonna actually reset this. So what you're basically going off of is you're trying to get a bunch of chi. So you want around 2,000 chi here in an hour. 2,000 chi over here, around over $100 billion or $1 trillion. So using the bone blossoms, like I said, and the raccoons, which is very easy to get. If you have a bunch of raccoons, they will steal from this guy. Now, if you have the Tanuki, I made a separate method as well, and the Tanuki does the same thing as a raccoon, but it's not gonna steal all the time guaranteed. It has like a 1 out of 7 chance to steal. Okay, so these guys are really, really good if you have an army, so go for those, all right? Especially when you're already hatching the Zen eggs. So I'm gonna go ahead and start hatching these Zen eggs, all right? And I'm gonna use my raccoon. So these are gonna be ready in 13 minutes. So you're basically gonna have a bunch of Zen eggs on this account. So within 1 hour, you're gonna like have a certain threshold. You go ahead and wait for it to restock, go ahead and get your tranquil plants, drop it off over here, right? And then you're gonna go back and you're gonna keep refreshing it until you have reached your limit. So if you know you're making like $100 billion per hour, then you can keep restocking up to this. And once this account is maxed out, go to your alt account and do the same exact thing. So that's the good part. But yeah, I'm trying to go for the pet shard tranquils, and I'm also going for the Zen eggs. Like I said, nothing in stock right now. It is what it is. But hey, at least you have like an infinite method with this. Just stole. Yo, this raccoon just stole from him, bro. It's kind of funny. Oh, there we go. Zen egg is in stock, so I just got another one. So that allowed me to get 6 Zen eggs in 1 hour. Now, if you want to hatch quickly, you're gonna have to use some other method for this. So I did make some separate videos on that. But I would say what I would go for is probably place on your bald eagles and stuff like that. Maybe the blood kawaiis and stuff. So these guys are gonna actually speed up hatching. I'm not sure how crazy these ones are. But yeah, if you wanna like really be hatching quickly or just focusing on stacking up Zen eggs, and then after the event is over, then go ahead and hatch them so you can get yourself a KITSUNE, then you can do that too. So I'm gonna grab my mimic octopus. Let's grab this guy, place down my bald eagle. There we go. Now these two, every 7 minutes, takes flight and spreads its wings. All eggs advance their hatch time by 70 seconds. There's a 70% chance for the time to advance to be multiplied by 2. So it's not bad at all. I think it's like okay, you know what I mean? So have the bald eagle, have the blood kiwi and stuff like that if you want to hatch quickly, but I don't want to use my space. So what I'm mainly going for is stacking up Zen eggs. And once we are ready, so once the event is over or something like that, then I will go ahead and start hatching a bunch of Zen eggs. Because right now I'm just trying to focus on getting as many possible. All right, but they take around 4 hours to hatch. So just be aware of that. But if you have 8 per 4 hours here, per 4 hours over here, pretty solid. You're getting around 16 hatches every 4 hours. So I think that's acceptable. But the main thing is we got to focus on getting a lot of tranquil plants, doing whatever we can to max it out. So for example, having the pet shard tranquil on all 8 of our pets on each farm. And you're constantly going back here and restocking and reaching your threshold. So right now I'm about to 32 billion. That is really, really expensive, right? And I didn't get the Zen egg. So that's basically about it. But the event will restart in 14 minutes. So I'm just gonna leave this account alone, wait it out, and then once it restocks, I'm gonna be over here and just buying more Zen eggs and then restocking for cheaper. So once this does restock, like once it resets, the restock's gonna start at 500,000 and keep doubling from there on. So like I said, this account is done. I've reached my limit. I could probably go for one more, then I'm only gonna have $5 billion, so just be aware of that. Honestly, let's just do it. Here we go. And here we go. Still nothing. So there goes $65 billion. But hey, that's okay. I can afford it. I still have 363 chi. I got some soft sunshine. I didn't get no pet shard tranquil. It is what it is, but I will pick up a few of these, okay? This one's good to go. Now let's go on the main account and do the same exact thing. Now, if you have an entire server with your friends, so you guys are all in school and stuff, and y'all are hopping on together, and you are following my method doing this thing, you guys can literally make over like 10,000 chi per hour. I mean, technically, if you're doing 2,000 each, right? Y'all can actually do even more, bro. Y'all will basically be up to like, what? Let me just think, like probably like 2,000 here, 2,000, 2,000. So you're gonna be around like 12,000 per hour for chi. And that's more than enough, okay? Now, obviously, if you have trillions of dollars, you're good to go because you can keep refreshing it, but obviously it'll be pretty expensive very quickly because as you can see right now, it's $131 billion. Bro, that is insane. Like if you have a quadrillion dollars, you're good to go for sure, bro. But like right now in my situation, I'm about to empty my bank account trying to refresh this thing. So let's just go and leave it. I'm gonna let it cook. Let's go on the main. So now we're back on the main. Let's see how many Zen eggs we just purchased. We have only 2 Zen eggs. That's about it. So we're waiting for these to be fully ready. So my coconut's kind of slow. So in this situation, I'd probably like skip it, but luckily I do have giant pine cones as backup and I have my sugar apples. So the event's gonna start in 10 minutes and I'm gonna wait for that. But everything else is good. My bone blossoms are still here, so my pets can still like steal from it and stuff. And yeah, we just gotta basically wait. I'm gonna max out the stage 7 on this account too. So this way I can like start stacking up these pet shards as well. And then I won't have to worry, but same thing, if you go on here and just restock, there we go, we should be good. All right, so you made it to the end of the video, and here is the full guide. Go ahead and take a screenshot right now. This is the full guide that I've been working on. By the way, here's my channel, so please hit the subscribe button, y'all. We're posting 2 videos every single day, so help me reach 1,000 subs. We are so close, all right? But anyways, let's talk about the details. If you hatch your Zen eggs, so while you're hatching, every 4 hours, you're hatching 8. And if you have 2 counts, you might have a higher chance. You can hatch a Tancho Zuru. This is not bad. You can hatch this guy, and he has an ability. It's a 4% hatch chance. It's a little bit rare, but every 10 minutes, it's gonna meditate for 10 seconds. And the nearby fruits in 15 studs have a 5% chance to mutate into Tranquil. So this is not bad. If it goes to like your giant farm with a bunch of coconuts, it's gonna make everything there have the Tranquil mutation, only a 5% chance. So like I said, it's not the best pet, but it's something that you can have as an extra way of getting chi. And when you have Tranquil pets on one account, you can always trade it to the alt account as well. So yeah, that's one option. So that is the Tancho Zulu method. Now Tanuki, this one I showed y'all before. I made a whole separate video on this. It steals random players' fruits. So this is how you can make more money for the restocking thing, which is not bad. So we're thinking of how to have the most Tranquil and restock. How to have the most Tranquil and how to get billions of dollars per hour so we can keep restocking on both accounts and maxing out how much Zen eggs we can purchase. We need to have at least 1,000. So the goal is we want to have around 1,000 Zen eggs. Let's put it like right here. So the goal is going to be 1,000 eggs. Okay, so everybody, it's going to be the goal, 1,000 Zen eggs. Like that should be more than enough to literally hatch a Kitsune. And if you can't, then you got no luck, bro. All right, anyways, moving forward. So Kitsune, here it is by the way, 0.08% chance every 22 minutes it goes to another player's fruit, mutates it with chakra and steals and duplicates it. So it's the raccoon with a plus 7-minute cooldown, so it has 7-minute more cooldown, and it gives you chakra, which is an X mutation, so not bad at all. So I think it's still pretty much a W, but it is currently, by the way, this pet is worth so much money, bro. Like it's actually insane. So anyways, that's a quadrillions. So, Tranquil Shard. Now you can go ahead, if you want, submit 8 pets into the pet mutations. That's going to be every single hour, and you have a 3% chance of getting the Tranquil mutation. It's good and all, but I would say I'd just wait for the pet shard to be in stock, or you can just do both at once. So you can go ahead and go to the mutating machine, mutate your level 50 pet. So your level 50 pet, you can go ahead and mutate it, okay? So 50 plus. You can mutate it in the machine, or you can just simply go to the shop and wait for it to restock, and every time you restock, you might have a chance of actually getting it. I was able to get 1 after restocking probably like 40 times. So yeah, I only got 1. That was kind of crazy. It's like very, very rare. So you definitely have to restock. So there we go. This is the pet shard Tranquil. It's going to give it the mutation that we want, which is this. That means every 25 minutes, a nearby fruit finds inner piece, applying the Tranquil mutation. It's only going to affect 1, while my boy over here, Tancho has a 5% chance to mutate anything in their distance. So if it mutates a coconut tree, you're gonna have over 20. Now let me show you the meta. So here's what we got for our tranquil fruit point system. We wanna have the prismatic plants. So if you have them, go ahead and go for it. Prismatic plants are great. Go for that. I would honestly skip on the divine. If you're gonna, like, at this point, just skip on the divine and just go for mythical. Legendary is out of the question. Don't even bother. But the mythical is good. So go for this because this is gonna be a W if you're using a coconut. So if you're doing this, only do coconuts. So coconut, like this. Coconut. And then you got the prismatic, which is 7. So I would go for the sugar apples or the beanstalks. So sugar apples or beanstalk. You can do pine cones too. I don't know how many they actually yield, but there we go. So beanstalk is good. All right, so there we go. You're getting 7 points for prismatic. You're getting 5 points for mythical. So what is the meta? This is the meta. The coconuts are really good. So if you already have around, you need around 31 prismatic trees. So prismatic plants. So 31 sugar apples, 31 pine cone or whatever, 31 prismatic plants. And that is going to yield you 155 fruits per hour. So let that sink in. So 155 fruits. So this is actually, wait, hold on, that's a mistake, my bad. What I meant to say is for the Zen tree stage, you see the Zen tree stage? If you want to get this to stage 7, you will need 155 prismatic plants to complete the Zen stage so you can unlock the pet shard tranquil, okay? Now, if you have 31 sugar apples and they're yielding you times 5, that's going to be around 155. And then if you multiply that by times 7, that should yield you around, let's get the calculator. So yeah, it's going to be around 155 times 7. So it should be like 1,085-ish. Yeah, 1,085. So you're going to get 1,085 chi just from your, so yeah, per hour, just from prismatic plants. So prismatic. And then if you use the coconut method, so you're getting around, right here it says, coconuts yield 20 to 28 fruits per harvest without using giant ants. Now, I showed you all this before. If you want to duplicate, you want to use giant ants. Let me see what we got. So we can actually use stegosauruses, which give you a 8% chance to duplicate a harvested fruit. That's an option. Or you can use giant ants, which is going to be our duplication method right here. So giant ants, same thing, duplicate. So if you want to duplicate your plants on top of whatever there is, use these. This is how you duplicate more tranquil plants. So even though you're harvesting around, let's just say 155 fruits, you might have a chance to double it by simply using the duplication method, by using those pets that I showed you. And you might get around 300. So yeah, not bad, 300. It's like a great way to get more money. And like I said, this is 1,000 chi per hour. But the coconut, this is where it cooks. You get around 20 to 28. So if you have 16 coconut trees giving you 20 per hour for harvest, that is 320. So yeah, 320 per hour. And then you multiply that. So you multiply that by 5, okay? So you're gonna get only 5 per. And this is gonna be around 1,600. Okay, there we go. So you get 1,600 chi per hour just from coconuts. So one account can literally be getting 2,685 chi with 16 coconut trees and 31 prismatic plants, okay? So if you have more than that, you're in luck. If you have 100 coconut trees, right? 100 coconut trees, getting you times 20 per hour. This is 2,000 coconut per hour. You multiply that by 5, that's insane. You're gonna have 10,000 chi per hour. So that's gonna get you, divided by 30, that is gonna get you, oh wow, that's gonna be a lot of Zen eggs. So 10,000 divided by 30. So you can buy around 333 Zen eggs from this. So you can basically get all of the chi that you need per account. Like you can max out each account literally in 3 hours. So in just 3 hours, you can have a max total of all the chi you need. So you'll have 1,000 Zen eggs. You'll be able to buy 1,000 Zen eggs basically. So that is how we can buy 1,000 Zen eggs. So in 3 hours, you should have enough to basically buy 1,000 Zen eggs. And then it just comes down to restocking, making sure it's in stock, and buying it so you can get your goal accomplished. All right, there we go. So anyways, my Zen eggs are ready to hatch. So I'm gonna go ahead right now and start hatching it. Now, watch me just pull a KITSUNE first try. This is the first Zen egg we're gonna hatch. Let's see if I can pull a KITSUNE. That'll be, oh bro, I reached the pet limit. You gotta be kidding me. But yeah, place out your ostriches. These are gonna make sure that you have a chance of having a high level pet, so anywhere from 1 through 7 age bonus. So with all these ostriches, I can get a level 50 pet instant hatch. Alright, as you can see, the Tranquil event has started, so there we go. All these plants are going to become Tranquil, so like I said, you should be able to max out all your stuff. There it goes, just setting things off, and everything is getting maxed out. And if we go to the Zen shop, this should restock very, very soon. So once this fully restocks, I think it's going to basically do it every 45 minutes. We should be able to start buying a bunch every hour. So every single hour, this thing will restock, and you can just go ahead and just spend all your money on it. But yeah, I got at least one egg slot available. So I'm going to open it. KITSUNE, come on, bro, make it a KITSUNE. It's not a KITSUNE, but it is a Kappa. Yo! Yo, W pull. Ooh, I just got one of the rarest pets. Yo, that is crazy, dude. What in the world? All right, everybody, you have to subscribe now, all right? Hit that subscribe button. Hopefully this guide helped you out, all right? This is basically the whole entire method, all right? So yeah, no clickbait, nothing at all. This is the real deal. And as you can see, we just pulled from that method right there, we just pulled a Kappa, a 3.5% chance. W's in the chat. And if you're wondering what the Kappa does, I want to take a look real quick. I actually don't remember what it does. I think it makes your pets like wet or something. Like it adds the wet ability. All right, so every 7 minutes, sprays water on all fruits within 25 studs, applying wet mutation, and has a 10% replace wet mutation already with blood lit mutation. Okay. Oh, yo, I just hatched the Tancho Zero. Yo, that's a W. Yo, let's go. So this one's gonna apply mutation to all my pets. Let's go, dude. Okay, let's try this again. One more time. KITSUNE, Shiba Inu. I'll take it. I'll take the Shiba Inu. You know what I mean? I can't hate on it. This will be pretty cute. All right, one more. We got one more to hatch. Here we go. And it's another Shiba Inu. Well, yo, we just got one of the rarest pets. We got a Kappa, and we also just hatched a, whatever this thing was called, the Tancho Zuru. Let's go. So now this guy is going to apply the mutation on all my pets. So I can just put him right here. Go ahead and swap him real quick. And kaboom. Light work. So basically, he's going to be able to use his ability. See what he does. Every 10 minutes, it's going to meditate for 10 seconds. Me and my fruits in 15 studs have a 5% chance to mutate it to Tranquil. If we pair this guy with our Mimic Octopus setup, so if I just go ahead and swap all these ostriches for Mimic Octopus, okay? Let's do this again real quick. We're going to put our Mimic Octopus 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we stack it with the Tanchu Zero right here. Now they are all going to be able to basically mutate everything in this garden into Tranquil. So super easy way to get Tranquil. All right, everybody, subscribe, click on one of these videos. We're going to have so many videos dropping. We're doing 2 videos a day to help me reach 1,000 subs, and I'll see you tomorrow. And your boy Milky out. Woo!